Hey guys, what's going on? My TLSV6 here. I want to give you guys today a video, basically a new series I'm going to be starting. It's going to be called Turbo Tuesdays. Basically what's going to be happening is anything and everything related to turbos is what I'm going to be saying in these videos. So if you have any questions that are turbo related, please drop them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you, give you advice, give you suggestions, and even in the next video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So today's topic is going to be how much power can the stock turbo make on the Ford Focus ST? Well, that's a good question you asked. A lot of the guys and a lot of research online shows that you can't really make anything north of 300 max on a stock KO3 turbo for the Ford Focus ST. Now there has been one guy who made just barely over 300. It was like 305, I think, wheel horsepower, and that's, in my opinion, that's maxing out the turbo. So I kind of don't want to push it that far. I did a V dyno, virtual dyno, and I did my car. It dynoed at 299 wheel horsepower, so just under 300, and 378 pound-feet of torque. So these KO3 turbos, they're not very, they're very efficient because they build boost at 2,000 RPMs, and it carries it up until mid-high RPM range, and so it's a smaller turbo, so it builds boost quickly because there's less rotating mass. I'm probably getting too scientific for my own good in order for it to spin to make it go faster. So when you get into the larger turbos, you have that increased spool time because there's that larger compressor wheel that you need to spin in order to make the boost. So with every mod that you can do on the Ford Focus ST with the stock turbo, and that's cold air intake or a intake filter, if you will, because a lot of the guys saying that the stock intake is sufficient enough for a big turbo. Anyways, point aside, that's for another video. So we got the intake portion, you got the catless downpipe portion, you have the catback exhaust, that's also optional, and then you have your tune. Now I am full bolt-ons, if you will, which is a cold air intake. It's my preference only. Cold air intake, catless downpipe 3-inch. It was a 2 1/4 inch catback exhaust from Fullmaster, and I also had a 2 1/4 inch electronic cutout. I had that open. I drive it open almost all the time. Anyways, getting back to the point now, I'm kind of getting sidetracked here. But getting back to the point now, I ran an E30 tune from Stratified. So what that is E30 octane. That's a mix of 93 and E85. For the Ford Focus, you want to do 3 gallons of E85 and then fill the rest up with 93, and that gives you that mixture. Now I would only recommend it if you're tuned for it, because if you put that much in the stock tune or any other tune that's not made for 85, you're going to cause some damage. You don't want that. With all of that, you're looking around 292 wheel horsepower. That's it. You can't really go any higher unless you upgrade to a bigger turbo, and that's pretty much it. The stock KO3 turbo for the Ford Focus ST is designed very well. It's a Borg & Warner, by the way, KO3, and max boost for the Ford Focus ST is 24 pounds, I believe. That's achieved with the overboost function. Anything 25 or higher is just pushing the turbo, and you're going to stress it out and probably blow the seals on it or cause some damage to the turbo. So that's pretty much it for terms of power that you can do with that KO3 turbo for the Ford Focus ST. Now there's some modifications that kind of fall in the realm of the KO3. It's known as a KO3 hybrid, and if I remember correctly, and some of you ST guys, please correct me down on the video, they swap out the turbine for a KO4 turbine. So you have the KO3 compressor and you have the KO4 turbine. The turbine is the exhaust part, and then the compressor is what compresses the air. And that's what's known as a KO3 hybrid. Now you can get, I don't even know, I think it's probably like just north of 300 wheel horsepower. You can probably get 305, 310, 315 maybe with that, but I mean, in my opinion, taking off the turbo, removing the turbine, and putting in a KO4 turbine, I don't know, it's not really worth it to me, because although you can see probably, 20, 30 horsepower gain at the wheels, maybe, I'm just going off because I had 299, or we'll just say 292, and then if it is like 310 or 315, that's where I'm getting those numbers from. So I know it's not correct, but it's just kind of a number figure that I'm throwing out just for an example. So it's not really worth it in my opinion, because you gotta put the car up, you gotta detach the turbo, put the compressor wheel on, or the turbine, sorry, not the compressor. You put the turbine on, and you gotta put it all back together just for 20 horsepower ish, maybe, if that, even maybe half that. So in my opinion, you're probably just better off saving for a bigger turbo, and that would more likely be the turbo choices for the ST is going to be in another video. Like I was saying, this is just for the maximum power output for the KO3 turbo on the Ford Focus ST, which is the stock turbo. So that pretty much covers it for this video. It's not a very long video, only because there's only you can only do so many things to that turbo in order to max it out. So that is where I'm stopping for this video. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know if you have any questions, anything turbocharged related, either advice on what turbo I should get, how a twin scroll or single scroll works, ball bearings, whether it's going to be cooled by oil or coolant, or both. Actually, I forgot to mention the KO3 turbo on the Ford Focus ST is a dual cooled turbo. I don't know if that's the correct term, but it's cooled by oil and coolant. So please, if you have any turbo related questions at all, please drop them down below in the comments so I can answer them in the next video. And I hope you guys like this. I'm really excited for this new series that I'm going to be putting out. Behind me is my bar. This is where I'm going to be mostly putting these videos, or creating these videos. So I hope you guys like it. Please subscribe if you want more, and hit me up on my social media. I'm very sociable and friendly guy, and even if you see me in person, just say hey, see you on YouTube, whatever. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Monty, LSV6, out.